Good morning, everyone. I am Ansh Bhardwaj, and this is my innovation that I did on LED matrix display. So, matrix display is one of our experiments in the course of microprocessor and microcontrollers. So, in the LED matrix component, LED matrix is essentially arrangement of LEDs in rows and columns. So, 8 rows and 8 columns are present in it. Working principle is that each LED is connected into a row and column, anode and cathode. Whenever an LED glows, the row is 1 and the column is 0, and it is multiplex, so LEDs are switched rapidly. Human eye perceives continuous motion in that case, but we increase the delay time so that it is not continuous, and we can discretely see the differences between it. So system setup that I used was a 8 by 8 LED matrix, 8085 microprocessor controller, and 8255 PPI, which is a programmable peripheral interface. Basic operation was that data was sent into rows, columns scanned continuously, and patterns appeared on the LED matrix. That was what given to us as per the lab manual. So the existing experiment was that the displays that would be connected, the characters that will be shown on the screen would be A, B, C, as per the code that was given in our lab manual. So there was only static display and there was no interaction of any kind, and ABC was of limited interaction and was primarily just to show the fact that LED matrix is how is it coded in the background, and how does 8085 code and work in the background. So innovation and code is considered. So this is the code that I wrote. So the objective was to convert the display into stone, paper, scissor representation. So there were some changes that I made into the code that were in the part where what is supposed to be displayed on the screen was changed. So initially the addresses from 2050 to 2057 were for A, and later 8 were for B and for C. So what I changed was that I replaced the alphabet patterns with custom patterns. Those custom patterns were created by me using converting binary code into hex code and representing that onto the screen. So each byte is a one row of LED matrix, and binary values define shape. So as you can see in the 2050 we have 3C 70 70 70 70 3C 00. So that would be indicating a stone. So 3C and 3C starting and end were hexadecimal characters. So let me show you the code that I wrote on it. So I was running the command L 2000 to 2080 in order to show the code in our 8085 controller provided to us by college. The initial code up to 2035 is standard code that is used to connect with the peripheral devices and our primary controller, and the code after 2050 to till 2068 was the one which defined what kind of figure would be displayed on it. Yes, so with the code concluded, let's move on to the demonstration part. So here is the working demonstration of the innovation that I did. So initially how the program flow goes like that: the data is loaded from memory, it is outputted into port A of the rows, and rotated the data on port B in the columns. So we applied a delay and repeated it for next pattern. This results in the LED matrix displaying stone, paper and scissors as it is required for the purpose of it. So you can see in the video on the right side the demonstration of the same. So as you can see, it is randomly generating stone, paper and scissor right now. Now the user can hide it with his left hand, and user input is scissor. In this case, the computer has taken stone out of procedural randomness. So computer wins a point. The game can be played again and again. The player chooses scissors, the computer has chosen paper, 1-1 each. Paper versus stone, player wins. Scissor versus scissor, tie. and finally stone versus scissor, and the player wins again. So this is how the game can be played. Thank you so much. So the conclusion was that I have successfully modified the LED matrix program, converted a static alphabet display into a game-based visual system, demonstrated practical use of memory mapping, pattern design, microprocessor interfacing. Future scope could be to add a user input button, random pattern generation instead of going from stone paper scissors in the same consecutive manner, and real-time game implementation if in use computer vision to check what kind of hand the player is using and connect it. Also, we can do extend it using Arduino and other microcontroller systems. Thank you so much.